ready for the pain and feel completely dirty when you're done. Arvin, are you ready for blast off?
I told you not to eat Indian food, man.
I already blasted off. Prematurely.
We are
The Three Guys Rant.
Arvin, Mike, and Phil.
I already feel dirty.
Call us at 855-693-GUYS.
And if you didn't understand that, let me try to do it in English, because that was Puerto Rican. You are listening to The Three Guys Rant. 855-69-3-GUYS. That's 693-4897.
693?
I love me some Three Guys.
I am the Three Guys. Now, granted, I have the mental prowess of 9 guys, but the 2 dimwits that normally are here with me are currently off doing other tasks. Here they come, a little better late than never, but you
I have no
know.
idea what you speak of because I am here.
Well, you slithered in, but that's what you do. And the big funky face, if you streaming right now, is the Boricua.
The Boricua. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Three Guys Rant, and I'm going to tell you why I was late. Because I want to say how well our tax money is being spent here in LA County, and I'm sure probably anywhere else around the world. But my rant for today is, who the hell was the moron, and again, for anybody in the area is going to understand, that designed the 5 and 710, I think somebody's cutting off my mic, I don't hear it anymore, the 710 and the 5
Hello?
freeway. Why in the hell do you have to get off the freeway to get back on the freeway? I'm going to say the engineer that did that was probably has a drinking problem, getting a divorce, but I don't even hold him responsible. Wouldn't somebody look at the plans before they submitted and started building freeway? No?
You hear the crickets, right? It's not even something that can be controlled, changed. It's only been that way for 52 years, but go on, Arvin, please. Please be upset about it.
No. It's always upset me. But when you're in a hurry and you're trying to come to the Rent Radio Network studios and those 5 minutes would have made me be here on time, oh, that pisses me off.
Oh, but you notice that you weren't missed.
At all.
The show did not skip a beat because you or I were not in here.
What is your point, genius?
So,
That is my rant. Learn how to build better freeways in LA at least.
Okay.
all right.
So apparently you started driving yesterday.
This morning.
This morning. Okay.
I've never had a need to get from the 5 headed down to the 710 South. I never knew that there was no on-ramp.
You understand that there's a from the 5 South to the 710 South.
You have to get off like on Slauson or Atlantic or whatever that is, go around, go up, down into Commerce by Bandini, and then get on the 710 South. That's retarded.
So you mean the 5 North to the 710 South.
I said the 5 to the 710 South. I didn't specify which 5.
Hence the
what
reason
direction?
anybody who's living around here, who's listening to you, says, what an absolute moron.
Well, not just people that live
yeah,
around
I
here.
was going to say, not just people that live here, not just people that are listening right now.
All righty then. So, you feel better now?
A little bit. Actually,
All right.
yeah, a little bit.
Before we get too far into anything that matters, let's do any movie reviews, or let's have you chastise or badmouth whatever it is you're going to cry about.
Movies?
Yeah.
You watch any movies this weekend?
I did. I saw Red 2.
I didn't know there was a red one.
There was a red one. I don't know if you were here last time I talked about that. There was only to see it. I mean, if you have nothing better to do, see it. I think Red 2 was a much better movie. Bruce Willis is in it. There's a lot of big hitters in the movie.
That wasn't Bruce Willis and I would say 99% of the cast in Red 1.
Yeah? Except for the little Chinese guy that's throwing kicks all around the movie.
Okay.
Have you seen the movie?
No.
It's a good movie.
Okay.
I would definitely say see it. I think a lot of the special effects were cool. The car chases, the motorcycles, the fighting, the whole thing about it I thought was cool. I liked it. I saw another movie. I can't remember the other movie. I started watching Smurfs 2, but I didn't get into it. The other movie, what was the other movie that I saw? Can't remember the other movie.
And that is our
Yes, I-
movie reviews of the weekend.
And that's how you do a show.
That's how you do a review. Now the other one that I saw, but that wasn't this weekend, was Wolverine, and I know even on that one, we're on opposite sides of the fence on this one. Again, I'm going back to these superhero movies are no longer kid movies. They're for adults.
But Phil's gonna tell you they never were.
The original X-Men's, they
The
were.
problem is they're not for the degenerate progeny that are being birthed in today's world. The little scumbags that are being birthed now are such wussies. These are the same kids who need a hug and a trophy for showing up, and they don't even keep score at their games. Okay?
Mikey just had a kid not too many
He
years
already
ago.
knows how I feel about that too, okay?
He's talking about kids born after 2010.
His kid got a big wheel, okay? A big wheel. And what did his mother go do?
That wasn't his mom.
His grandmother?
His
Pads and
grandmother.
helmets.
Pads and helmet. Yet the same woman who raised my brother,
Who didn't give a crap when I was on my big wheel coming down the hill in Puerto Rico.
she told him, go play in the cactus field and keep your brother out of the house.
But let me get this straight. You're like 2 inches off the ground on a big wheel.
Right.
So what is with needing pads and a helmet?
Well, the pad and the helmet had since disappeared.
By
We don't know what happened.
by who's doing?
I don't know. They were there one day and they're gone the next.
Are you pleading the fifth on that one?
Yep.
Okay, so where I'm going with that long-winded statement is, I don't care that those movies aren't for children. Because those are the way comics were written before. Over the weekend, my nephew and I were watching. He asked me to, find him a.
I just remember the other movie.
I don't care. Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck.
Those
You know why they don't show the old versions?
Because they're brutal.
To
They don't
whom?
show them?
Oh, they were.
They don't. They don't really show the old ones. They've got a lot of them. They're edited because.
That's because they get a stick of dynamite, shove it in the duck's ass, and light it.
Right. And Bugs Bunny would shoot Daffy Duck point blank in the face. And apparently, according to the dimwits out there who are part of our generation and the sorry ass excuses for parents that they are, that makes them violent, Mikey.
Well, shit. Wait a minute.
This is Monday. This is Monday.
Oh, shit. I was just watching Looney Tunes with Max. I think it was through Amazon or one of those services.
I was gonna say, I
And
can't
it was the
remember
old
the
ones, dude.
I was
Okay.
gonna say I can't remember the
Again,
last time that
through
was on.
Amazon.
It's funny because they were shooting Daffy Duck in the face and his beak would come all around in his face.
But
you know,
apparently, don't you know that for all the stupid parents out there, it makes your kid violent, bro.
Wow, so
I
your
know that.
son must watch a lot of Looney Tunes then.
But you know what's funny? Growing up, my mom would not allow us to play with toy guns.
Hi, look at what you became.
I was gonna say,
know.
and yet you became a Marine.
Right. It's
What
like
what was her thinking behind that?
that you would become violent, that you would start liking guns.
Huh? You do kind of like guns nowadays, don't you?
Yeah.
And the funny part about it, to your point, what's the number one complaint besides sex in movies you hear about these days?
That
we don't get enough
there
sex.
isn't enough sex and violence in a movie.
They're too violent.
Oh, I gotta disagree.
I
The one of the best movies I recently seen was The Expendables 1 and 2, Rambo 87, all those movies. And again, they're so over the top, and the script and everything else is so bad. Well, it's not that bad, but it's the violence that carries it through for me. I think the blowing up
Well,
and he shoots somebody from 100 yards away, but somehow their head mysteriously pops right off their. I mean,
Spectacular.
that's awesome.
Well, but you heard that Jim Carrey is no longer endorsing his movie, correct?
I'm
Which
gonna
one was
say
that? I read something about
Kick-Ass
that.
2.
Okay.
We saw previews for it when we went to go see Wolverine last weekend, and it looks really good. I enjoyed Kick-Ass 1. I thought it was funny because it
I
was
don't
so
think
over
I've
the top.
seen that.
Okay, well, anyway.
It was an extremely over the top movie.
It was ridiculous, you know. So Kick-Ass 2 is just as ridiculous, if not more. There's missiles involved, I think, and explosions, and people getting shot out of windows. It's all great. It's all great. Jim Carrey came out and said he can't endorse his own movie now because it's too violent.
Let me get this straight though. That this was after the fact that he cashed his check already.
Well, of course.
Okay. I'm not sure what.
I'm just saying.
So, do you think that's necessarily true, or you think that's a publicity stunt? You think he's being genuine? He can't be. He can't be genuine because he must have kept the money. If he gave the money away to some nonprofit or some children of something around the world, I can see that.
Don't know.
That's
a good question. I don't, again, this is Jim Carrey. I don't, how do you take the guy seriously?
You can't. The guy's off his rocker.
And you should see the character he plays in this movie. They were showing the previews. It took a triple take to realize it was him. His teeth are all
Wow.
jacked up. He's violent. He's,
So he's a bad guy in the movie.
I don't know that anybody's really a bad guy in Kick-Ass. They're just
Right.
kind of
All crazy and nuts.
right. So
But yeah, I think we need some more of that. I know we've talked about it before on past shows, and I think that's what's helping us get through all the crappiest movies that are out. I mean, I don't have any other way of putting it.
Forget about movies for a second. You saw most of the series. Spartacus. For anybody who had Showtime or Stars, I forget which one it was on. Spartacus ran
it
for
was
4
Stars.
seasons.
I think it was Stars.
Okay, Spartacus was ultra-violent softcore porn.
Yeah, there's nothing like good man on man. Oh, wait. Never mind. Let's go back to the violence.
Wow, that just rolled off your tongue too easily. But be that as it may, I'm saying that was a weekly show.
I love the whole series, the last season, till about the halfway mark. I wanted to shoot myself. And once we went back to killing and chopping people's heads off, I thought the ending of that show was spectacular.
Okay.
I almost cried when it ended.
Have you ever seen True Blood?
Bits and pieces.
True Blood has taken killing and murder and dismemberment and sex to a level that is almost comical. I swear it is almost as funny as watching an episode of Friends.
What isn't it supposed to be comedic?
It is.
It is, right?
It's a dramedy.
Right.
Okay. And it's funny because the opening episode will have its song. Somebody comes in, the grandmother who's been in 3 seasons, and you love grandma. She's a sweet woman and cooks little pies. A vampire or a wolf comes in, shreds grandma, tears her head off, just disembowels her. The daughter comes home. Oh, grandma's dead. Oh, let's make some lemonade. And then people come over and
While grandma's still sitting a bloody stump in the corner?
no. I mean, they've already cleaned up grandma.
Okay.
And 30 minutes later, we forget grandma existed. We're back to having sex, and we're lusting after vampires again.
It's like, look at Dexter, man.
I got to say, I wish my life was like that.
Okay.
Dexter, what an awesome show. And
You know what? I have all except because I think this is the last season, isn't
Yep.
it? I have all of them except for this last one, and I don't want to start watching them until I can get all of them because I've heard so many good things. All I know is he's a killer of killers, if I'm not mistaken, right? He kills.
so you
bad
haven't
people.
seen one episode?
I haven't seen a single
Oh,
episode.
okay.
I haven't even seen 5 minutes of a show.
Okay.
You're about to ruin it, aren't you?
No.
But that's what it is, right?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
but my question to you is, being on the freeway 5 minutes longer than you needed to be makes you want to murder someone violently.
Oh, absolutely.
But watching a 12-hour marathon of Dexter, Spartacus, and True Blood makes you want to go have a cheeseburger with
That-
your
that
mother and
makes
go to
him
church
hungry.
on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying is that this is where I think people have lost their damn minds.
Again, it was a good movie. I'd watch it again. But
All right.
boy, was it not a superhero Wolverine X-Men movie.
I guess we'll be back after the break. You listen to the Three Guys Rant.
En Los Ángeles y alrededor del mundo. Would you like to comment? Get on the radio.
Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com.
The Three Guys Rant.
We're the Brothers Bear Podcast Live, and I'm your host, Sanj, and I'm always joined by
Edgar, Carlos Madrano, and this is a show where we talk about
Comics, movies, TV, video games, stand-up, music, and many more geeky things.
Catch us live on Rant Radio Network on Mondays from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m.
that's another commercial in the back.
What up, foodie freaks? It's Chef Bev Lazo with the Culinary Trend Show. Join me and my brigade every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m. where we will be cooking up some crazy stuff that will give you the appetite for discussion. It's all about the good food, good friends, and good times. Only here on RantRadioNetwork.com.
The Tickets Urgent ticketsurgeon.com. Reach us at 855-WIN-4199.
Did you get caught speeding, texting while driving, or doing anything else you weren't supposed to do?
Give us a call. Don't miss work. Don't lose out on the money. Don't get any more points. What about your insurance? Let us fight for you. Ticketsurgeon.com at 855-WIN-4199.
Hi, I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez.
And I'm Kelly V. Dolan.
And we are excited to announce our show Live with Aaron and Kelly is on Rant Radio Network. What do we talk about on our show, Kelly?
We talk about everything from entertainment to business and tech, and we have a few laughs in between.
That's right. Go check us out on rantradionetwork.com. That's rantradionetwork.com.
Check it out.
Streaming live from Los Angeles, the Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com. The Three Guys Rant starts now.
All right, we're back from the break. Everybody's over here hitting on the keyboard. This question's for Arvin.
Yes, it was me.
Well, I know it was you. Do you think the terror threat over the weekend was a smokescreen by the NSA, or do you think it was legitimate?
It was a smoke screen by the NHRA.
He probably didn't even know there was a terror threat.
Yeah, I got nothing on that one.
They closed down, what, like 19 embassies?
19 embassies were shut down over the weekend. What was funny, though, is how one of the articles came out and they said they felt it was a smokescreen to shield attention. And I know they did it a ton during the Bush administration.
Right.
It's the first time I've seen them be this aggressive during the Obama administration. I found the whole thing comical. Now, again, after what happened in Benghazi, obviously we don't want anybody dying. We don't want any more issues. This week was extremely embarrassing for Benghazi. Did you hear that we had, I think, like 12 CIA operatives over there who watched the whole thing go down?
No, I didn't hear that.
And they couldn't engage because they're involved in something different. And that technically every month they're getting lie detectors to make sure they haven't spoken to anybody or Congress.
About Benghazi?
About Benghazi.
So this goes back.
This goes back. But so this week it came out, or last week that was part of the rumors and speculation. And then over the weekend we had the raised terror threats and 19 embassies, were closed. And, some people were speculating that, is it a smokescreen to divert attention away from the NSA spying on you, but also in a way that if something did happen, the NSA could say, see, we told you, it works.
Right. I don't know if that it was a smokescreen. I mean, I figure you got to take every threat serious in this day and age. And I think from the part that I was reading, they were saying that the president was getting briefed 2 to 3 times a day on what was going on. So I don't think that we're briefing a president that often if it wasn't a legitimate threat. And they were talking about how the chatter that they're hearing hasn't been this high since 9/11. So,
and I heard that over the weekend. Now, the other thing that came out this morning, and I'm going to reference Wired.com for anybody who reads them. Do either one of you use a Tor?
You know what? No, I heard about that. I didn't even know it existed.
Okay.
What the hell is that?
It's called the Onion Router.
Okay.
Okay, it's a nonprofit group. And what's great about Tor, okay?
How do you spell that?
Tor.
Okay.
Okay, you can go to tor.org. But what Tor does, if you want to surf anonymously, okay, it does a moderate job of protecting you on the downloads, but it's not really good for downloads. But if you're at work and, you happen to like a little girl-on-girl porn and you don't want it showing up on your computer, you launch Tor. Tor is tied into Firefox. Firefox launches, it tells you your IP that's listed as public is, X 99.99 whatever. Tor routes you through the Onion router, Onion being because of all the layers,
right.
Says your IP is now being positioned as 173. something. So that's what a Tor is.
Question. Is that new IP address belong to somebody?
Sure.
I mean, are you getting somebody else in trouble?
Well, but you understand that most IPs aren't owned. What you have at home, even here in the studio, we have a leased IP. We don't have a static.
Okay.
Okay. The days before, you used to have a static IP to try to hit something. So before all of the domain names, you could hit something by a number. Well, they ran out of the numbers. So rather
So
than
this is pre-websites.
No. No, what I'm saying is now in today's world, okay, with the 12-digit numbers that we have, we're almost out of numbers. So about every 90 days, depending on your ISP or your service, your IP changes. Okay, so if you have older equipment, like we had a nanny cam at the house, about every 90 days we'd have to reset it because the IP would change.
Right.
We put a new nanny cam in. The nanny cam talks to a server which resets itself when the lease renews itself. So I don't have a dedicated static IP at home.
So you're saying that if you're going to watch porn from your computer, you should watch it on day 89. That's all I heard. That's all I heard.
No, what I'm saying is that if you're going to watch porn in your computer and don't want to get caught by your wife, your spouse, your boss, if you go through a Tor, the onion router.
Right.
Again, it displays the IP out there.
But all this is still in your history file.
No.
So the FBI won't know that you're there, but if your wife happens to look up your history...
Funny you said that. So that was part of the brouhaha that's occurred in the last 24 hours. According to Wired.com, they found a bug, a virus, a malicious attack, call it what you want, a backdoor Trojan that has been around since 2007 but is making the rounds harder because they found a vulnerability and an opening in Firefox that is tracking some of the Tor usage. And according to Wired.com, sources believe it's being traced back to the FBI.
So is it specifically looking for things in people or just at random?
Well, I think it comes back to very specific. I don't think the government gives a rat's ass, you who like looking at men doing men. The FBI doesn't care.
First off, I like men on dogs.
That's filthy.
And it's not a backdoor Trojan like you used to. This is actually a computer virus.
I was going to say, did Trojan condoms come out with the backdoor special?
Well, so what I'm saying is the FBI, has very specific items they're looking for.
Right.
Okay. To Mike's point, they're looking for chatter. They're looking for, I'm sure they have a list.
Dude, but everybody has gotten into this spying on Americans game. I was reading about how the DEA is actually using information provided through the NSA programs to go after low-level drug dealers and drug traffickers.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the government keeps saying that we're not spying on Americans.
It.
No, I'm not saying, but it's just say yes. Just say yes. If you're messing around, we're gonna catch you. That's it.
So let me ask you.
But basically they're being this is a special section of the DEA that is actually training in doing this, and then they have to recreate how they got the evidence, so they don't divulge the fact that they're working with the NSA. So they're getting this data, starting these cases, sending it over to local police, and then they have to figure out how to hide how they found the evidence.
Isn't that the way America works?
The problem is Americans don't like to believe that their government is spying on them, even though we've always used the term Big Brother.
Well, hasn't what was that book? 1884, 1984, whatever.
1984.
There's a reason that book is as popular as it is.
No, there's a reason it's re-popular because it talks about it, and the guy speculated, but it...
Yeah, that book was way ahead of its time.
Dude, but bottom line is this. Does it really matter? What amazes me is how people think they're going to go to their computer and go onto the World Wide Web through a leased IP, log in. Google knows every step you make. That's why people tell me, I didn't understand why, I was looking at porn, and when my wife started shopping, all of a sudden, strap-ons were showing up and all that. And I'm like, okay, what kind of porn were you looking at? The Google cookies trapped it and said, this guy likes filthy fetish stuff.
That is exactly why I do my porn searching between 11:01 and 11:35 p.m. at night. That's when the Google employees are on break or sleeping or something.
You're a dumbass. You know that, right?
Yes, he does.
Wow. So anyway, it's not like there's a human being who's sitting there. They can't. The amount of
traffic going through
is in petabytes.
Is that like pedophile?
No. It's enormous amounts of information. So that's why sometimes you hear that it takes them days
to
go through it.
Okay.
So and my thing is, and Mike and I talk about it. Okay, Mike's a big advocate about people's rights, precedents. Mike was one of the Occupy supporters. Mike and I have always fought about that.
I think
but
Mike's still an Occupy doer.
hold on. But the one thing we don't fight about is who cares if somebody's watching what you're doing? If it'll keep the terrorists from taking out another tower, if it'll prevent another soldier from having to die senselessly.
So then let me ask you this. And at this point, I don't know which way your answer is going to go. Snowden. Is he a villain or is he a hero?
Oh, no, I want him dead.
But if he didn't do what he did, none of this would have come to light.
That's why I want him dead. Again, my thing is, if you go into the secret services,
right?
Don't be a wuss. Don't be a crybaby.
But we wouldn't be having this discussion now if it wasn't for him.
Right. But it's not like none of us knew. Did you? Let me ask you this, and this is on a serious note. Did you really believe that no one knew that you went to Mambla on a regular basis? Did you really believe that, when you went to...
Oh, I know for a fact that people know when I go to McDonald's and walk to my front door.
Okay.
So I know firsthand.
So what I'm saying to you, though, is does it really matter that somebody gave it a voice? Do you care?
Do I care? No. But I think a lot of people were either looking the other way or being dismissive about the whole thing or were in denial about it. And I think because somebody spoke up, now it's being put on the forefront. And now I think it's a topic that needs to be discussed.
Why, though? Why does it have to be discussed?
Because everybody was looking the other way. Everybody was like, there's no way.
Well, the reason it needs to be discussed is because, like you said, the Americans they believe that the government will not do this to them. Because the way governments that have always done this kind of things to people have never been governments that we consider legit governments or righteous governments. For instance, this is something that the Nazis used to do. It's something that Germany used to do.
I don't know. And again,
that China does. This is the kind of stuff that they do all the time.
Let's see what kind of
so
backlash
I
this
think
gets.
a lot of Americans are thinking, well, we can't be like them. They're the bad guys.
I don't think we're that far from all that. I just think they're open about it.
No, I understand that. That's what I'm saying. Is Americans are in disbelief to a certain degree,
right,
as to what the government actually does.
But I also believe that in this country, because we're such a melting pot, and I could be way off on this one, but my theory has always been because we're a melting pot, we welcome everybody with open arms.
I don't.
You don't, but again, as Mike and I do, I could give a rat's ass where you're from or what you do. If your food is good and your chicks are hot, I'm in.
Oh yeah. No, I'm all for that aspect of it. I'm not.
So then, what part are you against?
TNA and some good food, I'm all for it. What I'm against is when you're not being positive on the rest of society. If you're being a leech,
that's what I was going to say though. But I'm saying that because we welcome everybody with open arms, because we let everyone in, I feel sometimes that there's a disproportionate amount of people in this country who hate this country.
Kick them out.
Well, I understand that, but since we're not exactly going to start backing up buses.
But we don't. We shouldn't.
I say firing squad.
We just should not let more Mexicans in, man. There's too many of them here. That's just my.
Is that what it is?
Shut his mic off. He's done. He's done for the
All
rest
I'm
of the show.
All I'm saying is, I don't have an issue with it. I don't.
Being watched. Being watched.
Whatever.
You know what? When I turn on my webcam, I make some good money, so I have no problem with it.
Call the Three Guys Rant now.
Would you like to comment? Get on the radio.
Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com.
The Three Guys Rant.
You have entered the Twilight Zone.
Just kidding. It's only Rat Radio Network.
Are you watching the game at home? Why? Come watch it at Mambo Grill, the hottest spot in Downey. You'll have good food, drinks, and a great time at a low price. We have the coldest beer in our sports bar, where you can enjoy the game on any of our huge flat screen TVs. And when your home team wins, you get 25% off anything in Mambo Grill. We're on Downey Avenue, 1 block north of Firestone, or visit us on the web. Mambo Grill, love at first bite.
No le van a cambiar de estación. El show de las tres comadres. Ahorita regresamos.
The Three Guys Rant.
DM Narc Radio Show is now airing on the Rant Radio Network. You've heard the Three Guys Rant refer to us as the Clam Chowder Power Hour. Now we get to bring our New England humor over to Los Angeles. We'll be airing Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 Eastern, and we'll cover everything from local to national politics and news. Guess what? We're uncensored too. I'm Dave. Join me and Nick Friday on the Rant Radio Network.
TheTicketSurgeon.com. Reach us at 855-WIN-4-199.
Did you get caught speeding, texting while driving, or doing anything else you weren't supposed to do?
Give us a call. Don't miss work. Don't lose out on the money. Don't get any more points. What about your insurance? Let us fight for you. TheTicketSurgeon.com at 855-WIN-4-199.
The experts know that for pastry, Baker's Bodega has it all. Exclusive brands like Westco Bankmart, Satin Ice, and Pastry Pride. One-on-one day seminars for cake decorating and gelatin art. So for our service, wide range of ingredients and supplies, and for the low prices, Baker's Bodega has it all. But you don't need to be an expert. Baker's Bodega, 7869 Paramount Boulevard in Pico Rivera. Come, we're waiting for you.
Hey, what's going on? This is Frank Palangi here. You're listening to the Three Guys Rant Radio Show. Rock on.
Streaming live from Los Angeles and worldwide, the Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com. The Three Guys Rant starts now.
All right, we're back from the break, and let's talk about something that mimics Arvin's life. Arvin, should Wiener stay in or get out of the race?
Wiener in is always good.
Mikey, your
especially
thoughts?
if it's in you, huh?
This time around, I say you should get out.
Why though?
I think there's just too much. There's a big black cloud around his name. I don't know if there's any coming back from having his wiener out.
I think he should get out too. I think he's just diverting from the problems in the city of New York and from guys that can go in there and do probably a better job than him, man. He wants to mount a comeback. You can't fault him for that. But I don't know if you want to mount a comeback after being through all of that BS. He should start probably with a lower level office. Look at what Spitzer is doing. He was a governor. He had to step down because Wall Street went after him and found him dating hookers. So now he's trying to mount a comeback, but he's going after trying to be controller of the city of New York. So basically, it would be a demotion from where he used to be. But I think he understands better that, let me get back in at a slower pace. I mean, how are you going to try to get back in and try to be the mayor of New York City, man? That's a high-profile position.
Let me ask this. Maybe I misunderstood the small little blurb that I saw in the news. Isn't this also coming back and putting the spotlight on the girl he was sexting? Because I could have sworn I just saw her on TV or an interview or something.
Yeah, she's gonna do a masturbation video for Vivid.
Is she really?
She's exploiting her 15 minutes of fame. Yeah.
Now, I've seen pictures of this girl. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. It wasn't worth the career that he lost.
Well, it wasn't the same girl. Apparently, he had been sexting with according to what he said in an interview, like 6 to 10 women, something like that.
All at the same time?
Yeah.
His pimp hand is strong.
Yep. But now the women are showing him that their pimp hand is strong too, because they're going to bring him down.
You know what? I don't fault the girls. I don't blame them. If they can make some money because of all this, I'm all for it. But yeah, I think Wiener should put it back in his pants and pull the zipper up and go home.
But he went from first place to last place
quickly
because women started coming after him.
Quickly.
But that's because people have short memories. If it wasn't for the press, who started asking the questions, it wouldn't be an issue.
You're probably right too.
Yeah, but
speaking of flashing, I did see a movie over the weekend, and look, here's the girl from Wienergate, and you're right, she's not that hot.
Wienergate?
Lilo. Lilo's movie came out over the weekend.
Kind of. Wait. Let's talk about Wienergate. I haven't heard of this. Please tell me more.
You're a sicko. And so Lindsay Lohan's in the new a new movie called The Canyons.
I'll leave that alone.
I know. Well, here's the funny part. Her co-star is porn
Wiener?
star James Dean.
Oh, the guy from The Backdoor Mom.
Right.
Oh, I know those names.
Teen Mom. Backdoor Teen Mom. Get it right.
And
she might have as well been called the Backdoor Guzzler.
So anyway,
I saw that movie.
Apparently, Lilo has to get naked twice in the movie. And, wow. Poor thing, dude. She looks like she's 75.
She has been aging very poorly due to the drugs that she's consumed recently.
It's, yeah. She looked just really, really bad. She tried, but wow.
All right. So, we have a caller on line 1. Let's talk a little. Hello, caller. Are you there?
Hello, boys.
How are you doing, sir?
Hey, John. How are you, sir?
John.
John.
Hello.
There you are.
Can you hear me? There you are.
I can hear myself in the background too.
You shouldn't be able to hear yourself.
That must be the engineer on our end. We'll get it fixed.
Yeah, you boys get it fixed, will ya?
So how you doing, man? We got a press relief.
You got the press really good, huh?
Got a press release about you finally coming to America for a United States tour.
Yeah, now you notice it's only a little press release because I'm only a little guy.
You're right. It is.
If one for you, it'd have to be like a whole ream of paper.
So, John, if I'm reading this correctly, you're Australia's #1 inspirational speaker.
That's correct. I actually have been called the #1 English speaker in the Southern Hemisphere. So, look, I don't put myself up on pedestals too much, but that's a very nice title.
I'm just curious. I mean, I don't know of anybody else down there. Who would be number 2?
I don't know. They don't have to be much bigger than me.
And when you say down there, what do you mean, Arvin?
Yeah, that's right, Arvin. What do you mean?
Hey, John, give us an idea. What cities are you going to be touring and visiting while you're in the States?
Well, that's going to all depend on Susan and the way she puts it together. I know I'm coming to L.A. There'll also be New York. I'm also hoping that Dallas will be in there as well. And I'm hoping it will roll on from there, mate.
John, I need a personal favor.
Dude, I know where this is going, and I second it.
When you visit Dallas,
here we go.
Will you please go to God's country, my stadium? I'm a Cowboys fan, and they suck to high heaven.
You do?
I would like you to please sit with the owner.
Cowboys.
I'm sorry, sir?
I love the Cowboys.
I think we're losing you, John.
Are you there?
Yeah. They're a National Football
I
League
love it.
team.
Yes, I love the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, do you? So does this numbnuts over here.
I bleed silver and gray, and they're dying, John. They need you. They need you to come talk to their sorry-ass excuse for a quarterback, Tony Romo, who that dim-witted owner gave an 8-year, $105 million extension to.
Oh, my God.
Now, I just have one comment, Phil.
What's that?
If I'm not mistaken, they won yesterday's preseason game, right?
With a third-string quarterback. Anybody can win preseason.
You should enjoy it because that's going to be the one win of the year.
That's why I want John to go inspire them.
Look, I'm a massive Emmitt Smith fan.
So am I.
Yeah, that was when the Cowboys were Cowboys.
Shut up, will you? And look, I've really only just started getting into the NFL over the last couple of seasons, but since I was a little boy, just a bit smaller than I am now, I've always been a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Yeah, I don't know how many people can still say that today.
Tons. Oh, that's funny.
I'm going to grab legs and kick your ass, Arvin, when I come over there.
Who's kicking my ass when you come over?
Hey, John, I just got a text that you should join our fantasy league. We're having the draft on the 25th.
John?
I think John left.
John, did we lose you?
No. Hello.
There you are.
Can't hear you, buddy. Are you calling from China again?
Hang on 1 minute. Let me try and do something here to make it easier.
I think John might be using.
Are you there, boys?
There you go.
Cans.
I think that's a little bit
Can you hear
better.
me?
Yes.
We can hear you, John. And we
Se
lost
jodió
him.
la bicicleta. Ahora sí que no.
He'll be calling back.
He'll call back. But anyway,
so you know what? I love the press release. It's very well written. It's very informative. It's telling us that John's coming to America for his American tour. He's been to Australia, Africa, Asia, China, Europe, and the UK. And I gotta love the fact that Susan Moss over from Moss Creative Media Group put us in the media press kit.
Yeah, the 3-man rant.
You saw that?
Hey, boys.
Yeah. He's back. Hey, what's up, John?
Sorry about that.
That's all right. So, John, you got to join our fantasy football league.
I would love to do the fantasy football league.
I'll make sure you get an email invitation as soon as the show is over. Alan's on it right now. Alan is actually our team captain and administrator, so he's going to send you a link so that you can play along.
John, it's a $10,000 buy-in?
U.S. dollars, sir. U.S.
Ah, damn it. 6 months ago, 10,000 Australian dollars would have been about $5.40 US.
We'll take it, John. We'll take it just because you're a good friend of ours.
Yes, thank you, boys. Thank you very much.
So
Look,
do you
I'm
have
very excited about coming over. I can't wait.
Now, do you know when you might be in L.A., or is that all up to Susan?
It's all going to be up to Susan. I know we are hoping and planning for September.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're also looking November and December. And I've got to tell you, Phil, when I come over, we're going to go to a Cowboys game.
Yeah.
John, that is about 1,500 miles from where we're from, but we'll go. We'll make this happen.
Hey, this is
Well,
John.
look, boys, I know that you don't walk. Look at the shape of you. I
I mean, I don't know if we'll walk there, but we can roll there.
Yeah, dude. John's on a roll, man. He sees all the pictures, and, it's just horrible.
Yeah, look at you. I'm looking at 3 Kung Fu Pandas.
Yeah, baby. Hey, I'll take it.
You're like, wait a minute. I'm one of those 3.
Hey, you know what? Hey, if Kung Fu Pandas are loved, I'm in. What the hell?
Yeah, there you go.
If we're making Kung Fu Panda money, I'd be in.
What would that be?
So, John, what else do you have going? What else do you have going on? What do you do? Are you in Australia now?
I'm at home right now, boys, sitting in my lounge room today.
Nice.
Yeah, taking it easy today. I'm going to have a little bit of physio on my neck shoulder. I've had a couple of headaches. I'm going to go and get my neck all fixed up at about in a couple of hours, which will be good. And then my wife's going away for a couple of days, so my young bloke who's 19, it'll be dad and son time here at home for a few days.
Now, John, I'm just curious. What? I know we have about a minute left, so we'll get through it real quick. What? Is it Tuesday morning where you're at?
It's Tuesday morning at almost 11:45.
Oh, wow. That's even farther ahead than I thought.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's not that far.
So that was the question for John, if it was Tuesday morning over there?
That was my question.
Holy crap.
Wow.
We have 30 seconds left. What do you guys want to ask him?
No. We'll let John remind everybody. John, how can they reach you?
They can reach me through the media release that you've got there with all Susan's numbers on it. Like, well done. Right.
Hey, John, I just have one. Can I just have one request for Susan? Can you go from I'm not even just 3-men rant to the 3 guys rant?
Yes, okay, we'll let her know that it's going to be the 3 guys rant.
Outside of that, I'm good.
Oh.
Wow,
don't you?
He's so easy to please. John, thanks so much for calling in.
All right, boys, we'll talk soon.
Have a great
good
day.
one. Again, this is a 3 Guys Rant here at Rant Radio Network. Call in at 855-69-3-GUYS. We'll be right back.
The 3 Guys Rant.
To watch our stupidity live, head over to RantRadioNetwork.com. Colors and
Looking for a delicious, fresh family meal that's ready when you are and easy on your budget? Welcome to Piara Pizza. We make our pizzas with handmade dough, 100% real cheese, and tomato sauce blended with our own spices. Nothing is ever frozen. We always have large pepperoni and cheese pizzas fresh and waiting for you for only $5. Or choose one of our specialty pizzas. We have veggie, meat lovers, supreme, and Hawaiian. Add an order of our amazing hot wings, cheesy bread, or breadsticks. Our locations are ultra modern, ultra clean, and open 7 days a week. Visit any one of our locations today. Or check us out on the web at www.piarapizza.com. Piara Pizza. Fresh, hot, and ready for you when you come in. Stop in for your Piara Pizza today.
What up, foodie freaks? It's Chef Bev Lazo with the Culinary Trend Show. Join me and my brigade every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m. where we will be cooking up some crazy stuff that will give you the appetite for discussion. It's all about the good food, good friends, and good times. Only here on RantRadioNetwork.com.
If you're ready for the pain, if you want to stick around for 2 hours and feel completely dirty when you're done, we are
The Three Guys Rant
with Arvin, Mike, and Phil.
I already feel dirty.
You are dirty.
Oh, yeah, look at you. Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez.
And I'm Kelly V. Dolan.
And we are excited to announce our show Live with Aaron and Kelly is on Rant Radio Network. What do we talk about on our show, Kelly?
We talk about everything from entertainment to business and tech, and we have a few laughs in between.
That's right. Go check us out on RantRadioNetwork.com. That's RantRadioNetwork.com.
Check it out.
Streaming live from Los Angeles and worldwide, The Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com. The Three Guys Rant starts now.
All right, we're back for the final segment, and during the break, we were watching a video with Sydney Leathers. And Arvin's a little upset that Vivid's probably going to pay her $1 million to get naked and do a few kinky things just because she saw a picture of Wiener's Wiener. But he'd like me to throw it out there. If anybody from Vivid is listening, Arvin wants a picture of Wiener's Wiener, and he'll do it for $5.
I've never been paid that much when a man showed me his wiener. That's all I'm going to say.
You've paid less to see a man's wiener? Is that what it is?
I've been paid less.
You know, I got a question for you guys. Well, not a question, a statement. Well, I know we've talked about this before.
All right, look at that.
About my
Kung Fu Panda's in the house.
My disdain for Justin Bieber.
Oh, man. Well, you don't have the Bieber fever?
Could somebody just do a drive-by and kill this sorry fuck? I swear to God, it's every week there's things with him and his quote-unquote posse, all the freeloaders that live around him, and he takes him with him everywhere he goes. There was another fight in a nightclub in New York where the guy that he got into an argument with apparently ended up being unconscious on the parking lot of this place. He had to be rushed to the emergency room. But Bieber started arguing with the guy. He went to the parking lot, and then the witnesses say that he was looking around, make sure his posse was there behind him. He took off his shirt, started yelling at the guy, and the guy ended up getting hurt. Nobody knows what happened.
I do got to say, every time, well, he's been in the news a lot. Everything from disputes to his racing down the street at his house. But I do got to say, he's always very calm, very, very white until the posse's there. And then once all 30 people, hold me back. Oh, you're lucky he's holding me back. You're lucky he's holding me back.
He at one point, he got into his car or his SUV and jumped out through the moonroof and jumped on the hood of the truck and started yelling at the guy. You know, after he had everybody there to back him up. I mean, the dude is such an idiot, man. And I think that's kind of sad. What happens to kids?
Don't be talking like that about Phil's man
belongs
crush.
So.
You missed the video. Yes, he had.
Becomes so. What do you call it? So successful at a young age. They don't know how to manage it.
But you know what? I don't like talking bad about people. But let's talk bad about people. I'm going to say
that I think if you need to stay in the limelight every day, that's the way to do it.
But you know what? Here's where I was going with it. Justin's not that bright. I've seen interviews of him. What's his name?
He's only, 19?
No. But even for his age, he's not that bright. He's just dingy. Maybe just because he's blonde. because he's been on like David Letterman. I've seen him on other shows, and you know that he has a good relationship with the show hosts like Letterman, Leno, all those other people. But man, do they get their jabs in, and he just kind of looks like a deer in the headlights. So again, originally I had thought that maybe because he is young, but recently I don't know if the mom's trying to have her 15 minutes of fame as well. But I've seen interviews with her, and it's no better. And she's got, what is she, 30, 40?
Who's that?
Justin Bieber's mom.
Oh, I don't know. I've never seen the
Yeah,
one.
it's the same thing. It's like they're making fun of her, but she's too dumb to realize that they're making fun of her. So I'm assuming it's...
Maybe he just runs in the family, man.
Maybe so.
But this kid is always in a fight or always in some trouble, man. Everywhere he goes. He travels with a bunch of people, and they call themselves the Bieber Posse or some other crap like that. I mean, and they're always getting into fights.
Well, you know what's funny? You know when all this started happening, right? When he said that his 13 million followers weren't legitimate followers. I think after that is when all this started happening.
I just wish I ran into him one day.
For what? So you can ask him for his autograph?
I'll punch him right in the mouth.
He's got too many of his Bieber posse.
I'll punch him in the mouth and I'll turn him into my little bitch.
So is that what it came down to?
I don't know if that's actually true, but I did notice it after they said that. After they said at least half of his 13 million followers were fake, that's when I started noticing all his Bieber antics.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know if there's any truth in that or not, but that's what I noticed.
Okay.
But I do want to say something completely different on a completely different note. I want another little mini rant.
Of course you do.
Of course. So we got 10 minutes. Look, time stands still when we're here.
I know.
I went over to...
That was awesome, Alan.
I just got a finger. That was actually the finger. You know, what do you call the Costco's and the Sam's Club? Supermarts?
Big box stores.
Big box stores. There you go. That's the word I'm looking
Sam
for.
Club and
Big
Costco.
box stores. That's what I'm looking for. Big box stores. I was at a big box store over the weekend, and you know that everything there is on a pallet. They move it around on pallets because it's easier to move whole pallets as opposed to box per box. Well, somebody needs to design better boxes at this damn store. Because I went and I don't even know what I was looking for. I think I was looking for a pillow. But it's literally a big-ass box and everything just thrown in. So you got to kind of like bend over and reach in and blah, blah, blah. Well, all I'm going to say is when you go to a big box store, don't walk in sandals. Because my sandal went flying and I went right into the box and I couldn't get out for 15 minutes. So they had to come and get me out.
And there's video of this somewhere, right? Because they have security cameras.
I'm sure that there is. That's the first thing I did when I looked up.
Hold on. I'm sorry. We need to back the truck up for a second. Okay, a box of pillows. They usually cut it for doorknobs like you.
This wasn't cut.
Down to about waist height.
No, yes.
There's an opening
That's still
in the
about 3
front.
feet. There was no opening in the front.
Okay. And the pillows that weigh all of, 10 ounces, 12 ounces.
Right.
You reach in and you grab a pillow.
Okay, but when the specific color you're looking for is way in the back buried by other crap, you got to go hunting for it.
Yeah, I don't know how big. I mean, you understand
A specific color? You buy color pillows?
What
color were you looking for?
Is 48 by 48.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 4 feet to you, Nimrod.
Yeah, and the box is 4 feet high. So that's 4 by 4 by 4.
And you are built 6 feet tall by about 3 feet wide. Okay.
And that's from a side profile.
So how is it you fell into a box for 15 minutes?
My shoe went flying off.
That's because, I got to say, number one, real men don't go out shopping in flip-flops.
I see you in flip-flops all the time.
Never.
Really?
Never.
Next time you're in flip-flops, I'm taking a picture.
Okay,
I'm
do that.
gonna show you your snaggletooth foot.
It could have been in a couple. It could have been once or twice if I'm going to Phil's house to get in the pool.
I'm still at a loss. How is it you fell into a box 4 feet tall?
Because when I fell in...
He was probably on his girlfriend's shoulders looking for a pillow, and she got tired and just threw him in.
But what's funny, though, again, I'm trying to get the visual here. Arvin would have had to have stood up on something to get over the 4 foot mark and then fell in.
No, I was standing. I wasn't standing on anything. I was supporting myself, and for some reason my arm buckled, and then I went.
Supporting yourself on what?
On the beam. On the rack.
So okay, again, you understand?
So
that-
why don't you stand up and show us, man? Show
Yeah,
us.
to
How
fall-
were you doing,
to
man?
fall into a 4-foot tall box. You understand that's 40 inches, right?
But you understand that he's top heavy.
That's fine.
You know that, right? Look
Okay,
at that hit.
But if he falls in, the box would have collapsed around him as he fell in. I mean,
It did.
If we had Alan around to do the 3D animation like they do with these plane crashes, you would see how it's implausible.
But don't worry, folks. Tune in on Thursday and
You
we'll
know
have the
what?
animation.
You know what? Alan looks like his brain's working over there. I'm curious to see what he's looking for and doing over there. Yes, I fell in and I got buried by pillows on top of me. That's what happened.
Holy Christ! I'm gonna call. Okay, we're moving on now because.
Well, moving on. If you live in Hawaii and you're homeless, you just got a free plane ticket home. You see what Hawaii's doing?
I'm not even sure what that means. What does that mean?
They're offering homeless people a free ticket home. If you're not from Hawaii and you have family here in the States, they will gladly pay to get your ass out of Hawaii.
What if you're from a different country?
I don't know if it's to any country in the world, but they're saying the legislators just allocated $100,000 to fund a pilot, and they call it
That's
the
not
Return
enough
to
money.
Home program. Well, maybe they don't have that many homeless people.
So what you're saying is that I can get a one-way trip to Hawaii right now, hang out for about a month, and fly back for free?
Well, you gotta submit some paperwork. They gotta make sure
You're homeless. What kind of paperwork?
No, well, they're gonna make sure you're not crazy. I mean, so they're gonna do it right. They're not gonna send a lunatic back home to kill somebody, and then they're liable for it. You gotta be well groomed, so you can't walk in there like you normally look on weekends.
So let me ask.
And you have to be able to read and write and
So
communicate.
are you going like on a Southwest airline plane with the regular people that have paid for their flight?
Yes.
Or are you talking about like on a private plane?
No, not on a
Regular flight with regular people.
And there's an option depending on where you're going. They may just put your butt in a cruise ship. They want you out of Hawaii, so they're gonna put you in whatever they can to get you out.
At their discretion.
No, well, you apply for it,
Right.
and if you get approved, yeah, it's not like gonna be going around, rounding up homeless people and shit.
No. But what I'm saying is, if you live in L.A. and you're in Hawaii, it's at their discretion whether they want to fly you or put you on a boat.
Right.
They just want you out, though.
Mm-hmm.
That is pretty interesting. Huh? Isn't that the way the Titanic started?
And I didn't know. I don't know if you guys knew that New York City, Louisiana, and San Francisco have all tried similar programs.
Back in 1880?
No, 2007 and 2009.
And what happened with that?
Don't know. They were flying people to Paris, Orlando, and San Juan. The most popular destination. Out of New York? Really?
Was Puerto Rico.
Yep.
I hadn't heard anything about that. That is interesting. I'm curious to see how that works out.
Yes.
Now, what is the reasoning? It's just overpopulation? Is it
No,
the
no.
drugs,
What
the
they're saying
violence?
is that these people are somewhat of a burden on Hawaii, and if they have family members that can help them get back on their feet, it would be better not only for Hawaii, but it would be better for the individual as well. So, but that's funny.
That is fair enough.
Rush Limbaugh is being dropped from 40 stations.
Yeah, he's a moron.
Out of how many? 400?
600.
That's nothing then.
I want those 40.
Oh, I agree with you.
Yeah, the problem is the guy, he's carried by all of those, but not because he's that popular.
Then please tell us why.
Because the networks, the big networks that carry his program
NBC?
will not give the smaller markets an option not to carry his show. A lot of them don't want to carry his show because they can't sell advertising into it. Because a lot of people don't like it. But they're like, okay, if you want all of this other content, you have to have Rush.
But that's an interesting point because I don't know of a single person that listens to his show. Do you know anybody, Phil?
No.
So who the hell listens? I mean, he's one of the highest rated guys
And the
on
highest
period.
paid. I don't know if he's... I think he's one of the highest. It's between him and Stern.
Stern, well, I don't think Stern is in the same thing because he's on satellite.
No, I know, but pay-wise.
Stern's up there.
Yes.
He's at $500 million.
I understand that. Rush Limbaugh makes a ton of money, bro.
A ton of money?
A ton of money.
All right. Apparently, we are out of time.
Go ahead, say it. Say it.
This
Say
nightmare
it.
you call a show?
Thank goodness.
You
is
say it.
over. John, enjoy your Tuesday because mine's around the corner.
And what does that mean? That's how you do a show.
A still don't know what the hell that means.
That is a show tagline. Don't worry about it. Just catch your check. Just catch your check.